Hello and welcome along to another video. In this video I will be emptying one of my two compost bins that I have at the bottom of my back garden, and I'll be using the compost over on my allotment to refresh the beds that I used to have the onions in, and then I shall be planting some little lettuce seedlings, Lollo Rosso, and some other mixed lettuce seedlings in the beds. Onions this year, well, a bit of a mixed picture really. Some of them got slightly bigger than the sets that I put in. Most of them were of a reasonable size, but there were some that just didn't seem to get going. I grew three types of onions this year. The brown ones was Stouron. The red one was Red Baron, and the shallots was the banana type. So here you can see I'm refreshing the beds with a couple of inches of compost on top after the onions came out, and then later on I'll be planting out my Lollo Rosso lettuce seedlings. Well, that's my Lollo Rosso seedlings planted out. You can see the blue hoops over the bed. That's where I will later put over some mesh just to protect them from things that are flying around looking for a meal. But it's time just to give them a good water. The soil was quite dry, as you could see when I was planting out the little seedlings. I was just moving the soil along with my fingers really. They didn't need an awful lot of digging in. The mesh that I'm using, that I put over most of my beds, is designed specifically for the size of bed that I've got, which is 3 meters or just over 10 feet by a meter, and I sort of pull it out and then I attach cable ties to each end, just very tightly, just so that it won't come undone, and then I stretch it over the blue hoops that you can see there on the bed. Now the blue hoops, it's the sort of piping that you might find in a plumber's merchants, and they're just in the ground over little metal pegs. This keeps off most of the flying insects, butterflies, anything that's looking out for a free meal. It also keeps birds, pigeons, and anything else, and I anchor them down using these metal staples, which I just push into the ground by each pipe. So that's what it looks like once it's all done. And the good thing about this mesh is that it's you don't need to take the mesh off to water, so you can just water straight through the mesh, and I find it very useful. It's also potato harvesting time as well. I only grew two rows of shallot, second early new potatoes. So you see here I'm just digging up the last few tubers from the new potato bed. I was quite pleased with the amount of potatoes that came out of here, and I've been a little bit surprised at the size of them, really, because you know, you always associate new potatoes with being quite small, but these were absolute whoppers. They tasted really nice, and I can heartily recommend it, and I think I might be growing shallot second earlies next year as well. So back to the back garden and inside the greenhouse, and here I'm just doing a little bit of maintenance on the tomatoes. Again, I've grown 3 different types of tomatoes this year. Inside the greenhouse I've got Elsa Craig, a Shirley F1 hybrid, and then out on the allotment I've got Outdoor Girl. Again, I haven't grown these 3 varieties before, and I'm quite impressed with the amount of tomatoes that the Elsa Craig has put on. They're very tasty, and here I'm just taking off some of the side shoots. I think the jury's out on whether or not you should do that, but that's the way I was taught to do it. And again, they do need tying up, but I usually wait until there's probably 3 or 4 sets of tomato trusses on each one, and then I'll take out the top. There's plenty of tomatoes there for what we need.